The one true cult on this earth, the first pacifying cult of Denver. Please do step right up. If you have any questions, don't be shy, don't be embarrassed. I know speaking of religion is very embarrassing, but we live in a religious world. Religion's important. Let's not be afraid to talk about it. It's time to talk about it. The elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. You worship a false god. You worship a god of blood. You worship a god of war. It's time to give it up. It's time to wake up to reality and join the one true cult on this earth, the cult of flying spaghetti monster. You are lending your strength to an evil god, and that is an evil deed, ladies and gentlemen. There is only one good god, and that is flying spaghetti monster. If you don't worship him, you worship evil. I've got all the charts that you need to prove it. Do step right up. Do step right up and defend your god. The time has come to judge your god. You've put it off for too long, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why you find yourself worshipping evil. That's why you find yourself needing to remove your mind from reality. But don't. Join reality with the rest of us, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up to reality and join the one true cult on this earth, the cult of flying spaghetti monster. It is the best way to live. It is the best way to raise your family. The Christian God is a God of war, and it's time to overthrow him. It's time to take our country back from the Christian God. Look on your money, ladies and gentlemen, and whose name is it there? The Christian God. Listen to the pledge, ladies and gentlemen, and listen whose name has creeped in. The Christian God. Listen to the motto, and whose name has creeped in into this godless country. The Christian God. It's time to fight back. It's time to wake up. It's time to join the one true cult on this earth, the cult of flying spaghetti monster. Otherwise, you are capitulating to the Christian war God. And he is using your war machine to wage his holy war. It's time to count yourself not part of the problem, but part of the solution. Part of the one true cult on this earth, the cult of flying spaghetti monster. Do join today and live free. I will change your life. I can cure you of ancient mythologies. I have with me the holy sacrament of the flying spaghetti monster and free samples of placebo, ladies and gentlemen. Do step right up and claim yours while supplies last. They are going very fast. Placebo, ladies and gentlemen, the wonder drug that all other drugs are measured against. Ladies and gentlemen, the one true cult on this earth, the cult of flying spaghetti monster. My name is Schizophrenic Mitch. I'm a real preacher from the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, first pacifying cult of Denver. Here are my credentials. Please do look me up online when you get a moment. Today is Friday, the holy day of my religion, and I am out here preaching today the truth of flying spaghetti monster, the truth that will free this country from the slavery we're in, the war that we are in, the holy wars that will never end. The war against the religion of the brown people, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's no such war in my religion. There's no such thing as violence in my religion. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe that? My God has eschewed violence. He's thrown it away, given it up, said he doesn't need that tool. The only people who need that tool are the bad guys. So step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Do join the one true cult on this earth, the cult of flying spaghetti monster. We live in a religious world. Everyone is religiously motivated, unfortunately, and it's time to talk about our religions, where we get our morality and what our morality looks like. For your God is giving you a blood morality, a war morality, an Iron Age morality. If you worship an Iron Age blood God, what else could you expect? It's time to worship a true God, ladies and gentlemen, the one true God of this earth, the flying spaghetti monster, the true creator of this reality. Not the perfect deity that mythology has handed to you. And that's how we'll discern truth, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid. These experiments work. These steps move us closer and closer and closer to the infinity we call truth. Do join us in our path, ladies and gentlemen, to walk out of the sleep and slumber of ages past, to walk out of the blood dream the great God Christ has put over this nation. This is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm doing is not normal. All the other Pastafarians make fun of me for this. They say this is ineffective, this will never work. They say those non-believers, those anti-pasties can never hear what you're saying. They call me crazy for doing this, because the evidence suggests this will never work. This will never wake you. You are slumbering so deep in your mythology that I cannot wake you. The backfire effect, no matter how hard I try, will kick in and I can't speak to you. They call me insane. This isn't normal. I do this because I believe in you in spite of the evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't help but believe in you, for I was just like you. I was walking like a zombie in mythology. For 35 years of my life, I slumbered in Christendom. The truth was right there and I couldn't see it, and I did ill, I did evil in the name of Christ. In the name of good, I lied. In the name of Christ, I smothered my children. I hid truth from them. And I woke. I don't know how, but I did, and you can wake also. You can wake from the Christian mythology. You can join us in reality. I can cure your morality. Give up the blood god of ages past. Give up the ancient war god. Join us now in reality. The time has come to wake and set down the old false religions and join the one true God of this earth, the flying spaghetti monster. Join us Pastafarians in our efforts to cure this world of mythology. Join us as we take this insane world we find ourselves and make it rational. Let us purge religion from our government. Let us get God off the money. Let us get the Christian God out of the motto. Let us not worship him in our dates. The year is 12,017, not 2,000. We are not beholden to the ancient war gods. It is the Christian blood god that is destroying this world. It is the belief in Armageddon that hides the truth of global warming from our Christian voting brothers. It's time to wake them. If we don't, this whole planet will burn. Is that what you want for your grandchildren? Is that what you want for their grandchildren? Let's work and wake them. Let's not be okay being right in our heads. Let's cure what's wrong with our brothers. Let's wake the Christian American. He is destroying the world. His belief in Armageddon. He is taking us to war. He is using your money and efforts to wage his holy war. It's time to say no. It's time to get Christ off the dollar bill. It's time to get Christ out of the Pledge of Allegiance. It's time to get Christ out of the motto. We are a heathen nation, and that is why we are great. When we worship Christ, we will lose what makes us free. We have the first proven gullibility test, ladies and gentlemen. Do step right up. I've taken our gullibility test to determine how gullible you are. Only $1 right up here. Please do step right up. Take the Pastafarian gullibility test. Also have with me placebo, ladies and gentlemen. 3 samples of placebo, the wonder drug that all other drugs are measured against. Do step right up if you have any questions. The one true cult on this earth. If I drive home from here, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go up the 285. I take the 470 down to the 285 and go up in the mountains. I do that after dark. And I look to the south, I'll see a hill lighted with a cross. A huge Youngest cross, ladies and gentlemen. You've probably seen it. A giant cross. Well, I don't know if you know this, but crosses are used to kill people. Crosses are a weapon. Crosses are a torture device. And I must pass a 100-foot cross on my way home. A reminder that I will be tortured unless I follow the right God. It is hate speech, ladies and gentlemen, on that hill. For I am not a Christian, and that symbol is aggressive towards me. It is hate speech. In God we trust is hate speech. I do not trust your God. Your God is going to murder me. I don't trust him. I don't trust your God. Take it off my money. It's hate speech. Remove it. If I'm not Christian, it's hate speech. And I'm not. The phrase, one nation under God, is hate speech. Do step right up if you have any questions. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed of what you were raised in. I was once a believing Christian as well. I was once as gullible as you are, but I cured myself and I can cure you. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I can cure you of your hate speech. The cross. In God we trust. It can all be gone. You can be moral again. When I was Christian, there's a parable I heard quite often. There's a man and he's walking along the beach, and he's walking with his best friend, Jesus, the so-called Christ. And he goes through a very difficult time in his life, and he turns around and he looks and he sees only one pair of footprints where there once was two. And he says to his boyfriend, Jesus, the so-called Christ, how is it that you left me in the most difficult time of my life? I felt alone, and I turn around and the evidence is I was alone. There was only one pair of footprints, and I know they were mine. So I must have been carrying you, Christ, and that's why it was so difficult. And his imaginary boyfriend, the so-called Christ, turned to him and said, no. I know that's what the evidence suggests, but if you believe that, you'll hate me. So please just ignore the evidence and pretend like it was me who is carrying you. And then that person said to Christ, it sounds like you're dead. Sounds like you're a ghost. I'll live my life, Christ. You had your chance and you blew it. And that is the parable of the footprints.